And hello, everybody. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. I appreciate you joining me. The rain just continues across central parts of North Dakota. Temperatures hovering in the upper 30s for some. When will it change to snow? Will we see flakes? I'll have details on that. How much rain have we had? It's unbelievable. Over 7 inches of rain. When will it stop? Your forecast is updated. Join me for Hutch's Weather. It begins right now.
A Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right, a quick look at the radar on hutchesweather.com showing heavy rain in places across Minnesota stretching through central North Dakota. The valley getting somewhat of a break. Where you see the lighter blue shades here on Hutch's radar this morning, maybe a flake was mixing in there near the international border. Otherwise, right now, it's all rain, some of the heaviest of which is switching out towards Jamestown, up in towards parts of Sheridan County, and up not far from the Rugby and Rolla areas up north. Now, the rain is continuing. Hey, check out Hutch's Weather for the latest deals from my friends over at Robert Gibb and Sons. Click on the logo up there. There are some promotions out there you'll like if you upgrade your heating and cooling system today to a new Bryant system, they're going to throw in a water heater for free. All right. Hey, Nathan, good to have you on board. Drop a comment and let's get right into it now as we have been under the gun with rainfall for the last week. Unbelievable amounts. Let's start with what's fallen in the last 24 hours and some places that got missed last time getting hit pretty well today. So here's our rainfall the last 2 days since this batch has moved. Look at Fargo, 1.56 inches here. Clay County, better part of 2 inches as we look into central parts near the Holly area and down south near Sabin. How about Lakes Country? 2.5 inches or so in and around central Lakes Country. And look at this, Mavie up there in the Pennington County area, nearly 1 inch, but missed up in the north, a good quarter of an inch or so, not far from Roseau. Now get out to the west, and we're adding to the totals that they had just a few days ago out in places like Beulah, Hazen, and Point South, and Grant County picking up some more gully washers there. The oil patch, the driest here with the light blue shades. Same thing with that Botno area. 3/100ths since yesterday and including today's, and upwards of a quarter inch out west. Now, take a look at the 7-day total. This is going to be absurd. Absurd. Look at this. 6 to 7 inches of rain. 7.12 southern Grant County. 7 inches of rain. Let's tell you what that means. Did you know that the average rainfall total in Bismarck for an entire year, this is melting down snowbanks, this is rainfall, everything that falls into the gauge, is a little over 16 to 17 inches. And you got almost half of that in 1 week. So there's drought out here aplenty. 5.4 inches as we looked out here towards that Minot, Kenmare area. Look at that, 4.77 inches in Minot over the last 1 week. Now, the latest drought monitor will get updated tomorrow. It will not have all of this rain in there, like what's falling right now today. Not going to be in the drought monitor that's released as we go into Thursday, but some of this rainfall will, and it's looking pretty good because this 5 to 7 inches of rain, a lot of it hit right here down into Grant County. I anticipate some big time relief from the severe and extreme drought in the orange and red areas here across the state of North Dakota. We lost some shingles and roofing last night. Make it stop, Sunny. Sorry to hear that. Indeed, there was some terrible winds with the storms out there, and the rain just continues. And in fact, on hutchesweather.com, if you go to the page right now, if you do have some photos of some damage, there's been some uploaded right here. You can review them by clicking on the viewer photos here, or if you scroll down just a little bit further, you're going to see some newly updated sections here. You can view the gallery here or upload your pictures. But if we go ahead and view the gallery together, you'll see that there's some terrible, terrible winds out there in Lakes Country. This extended from Otter Tail and Grant County. It went through Otter Tail County, right up into Monoman County. Norman County with some damage reported as well. And we're talking about big time trees that were literally just snapped. Look at this. This is a mile north. Let's see here. It's not opening. There it comes. A mile north of Earhart, Minnesota. And that tree snapped off just off the ground out there. And so those winds really causing some terrible damage out there to trees. And check out this. We did have a tree down on power lines, which can be a dangerous situation. And again, another very large, healthy looking tree. Cindy says in Solway, 1.5 inches over the latest rainfall, a nice soaking of rain. And it's the kind of rain that can soak in and not all run off, because we're not getting 7 inches under one thunderstorm. We're not getting 4 inches under one thunderstorm, but it's happened over the course of a week. And now let's take a look. Thanks again to all of you who have uploaded photos on Hutch's improved website. If you like what's going on the website, why don't you give a thumbs up to my friend Joe in the comments. Hi, Northern Grace. Good to see you. Brenda, thanks for joining. The rain will stop before the grass gets too tall. I hope. I can't find my house. Warren, that's a good point. Hutch, well, you know, I'm not bragging or anything. Okay, maybe a little bit, but I definitely mowed before all this elongated rain. It's wonderful. This is amazing. Many of you producers out there were in the fields when the wind was blowing 60 miles per hour from the south and the heat was at 90 degrees. You're in the fields planting just for this type of situation. As long as the seeds didn't get washed out, you got a good start to the deep moisture in your fields out there with all of this soaking rain. Let's get to the radar. I'll show you what's going on now. We'll talk about what's happening tonight, because there is a chance, I'm saying there's a chance, of a flake. Let me show you what I mean. Let's get right to the radar. I skipped that one. Let's go here. Okay, heavy rain, Bismarck, and points south towards Rapid City, swirling around an area low pressure that's located right here is the low. So we have easterly wind, but it's not too strong. The isobars mighty far apart, so we got an east breeze. Good evening, Cheryl. Good to see you. Brenda mowed as well just before the rain started. So you can see in the yellows and the oranges from Duluth out toward the Brainerd Lakes area and Walker as we look out toward Bemidji and points north. Nothing. We told you about that as we go through, but look at the heavy rain pushing into the Grand Forks area, Walsh County. So for places like Grafton, Park River, Lankin, right over here, Devil's Lake, or Hutch's new friends out here in northern portions of Stutzman County, as we had a visit today and talked about the weather in Kensal. Look at this. The orange and the yellow, there's raining cats and dogs between there and Glenfield as we go through the evening. Wimbledon, I drove through there, getting rain too. So it's a beautiful day out there in the central portions of North Dakota. This extends all the way down through Lemoore and Dickey County. Western Barnes getting some good old-fashioned soaking rain showers, adding to the piles in the rain gauges out there as well. So that's what's going on right now. Now, as we take a look here, I'm looking at the radar and I'm not seeing anything that's close to resembling snow, but temperatures are critical. It's not just the temperature here on the ground, folks. It's what's in the air between the cloud and the ground that will dictate whether we get snow or rain. Now, up at cloud level, it's likely, because of the temperatures getting cooler as we go up, that we have snowflakes up in them there clouds. And as we go into the evening hours, surface temperatures fall and the pressure as it lowers, we're going to see some areas here already 43 degrees out there in that Wilkin and Traverse County area as we head into the evening. Look at International Falls and Roseau going, what storm? I have exteriors to paint, says Sean Dunblazer, Dunblazer's Painting in Lakes Country, serving a tri-state area out there. It's hard to get out, but I can tell you what, you're going to like the 7-day forecast, Sean, because it looks like some good painting weather ahead. Hutch needs to stain his deck as well. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, this is a look at air temperatures at the ground. So if a snowflake falls through, once it gets above freezing, that snowflake can begin to melt. If we have a deep freezing layer, well, then that means that that snowflake is going to melt into raindrops. That's what most of us are going to have. However, I present you with Exhibit A. Order in the court. All right, let's take a look at this Exhibit A thing here. Now let's talk about the forecast, hour by hour style. We're going to look at this model here first, and then we'll go to another one, and I'll tell you why I think one might be better than the other. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is a look at an hourly updated model called the HRRRR, and I'm not laughing. Okay, so we got east winds, light, scattered showers of rain continuing until about, well, let's see, 2,400, that's 1,900 hours. That's 7 p.m. So we got some 7 p.m. dinner sloshiness out there. More soggy soakers out there. But I see a blue pixel here and there. Now, this particular model says way down south here, there's going to be some lower pressure and some cold enough air for snowflakes to make their way down to the ground as we cross into the midnight time frame. And overnight, it just keeps snowing on this particular model. I'm not so sure about that. Some of the cooler temperatures that we saw were not too far from the north out there. So let's take a look at another model. This model here, I'm going to go to the European model because it has been showing mixed precipitation with snow through this event as we go into Wednesday right here, kind of out to the west, but it's showing more grapple and maybe even some sleet. Okay, so let's go to a higher resolution model, and this is the one that I'll show you here as we wrap this view of different models up, and I'll tell you why I like the ones that I do like. So as we go into the afternoon hours today and evening, it quickly turns a large area into snow through the central Dakotas. There's Ward County, and you trying to ward off the raindrops and replace them with snowflakes in Ward County in almost June. Good afternoon, Debbie. Good to have you on board. Rose Lake Cabin, go live. I like that idea, Nathan. That sounds good. I'd love to go live from a cabin. That sounds like fun. There was snow on radar a few hours ago around Belcourt. I looked at cameras. We'll take a look together here in a minute. Let's get through the forecast. I think it just zipped by me here. So here's the snow showers overnight. It develops this evening. And look we got a blotch here in Minnesota and a blotch out here to the west. This is what I'm saying. There's going to be a chance for some accumulation as we go through the overnight hours into the morning hours tomorrow. This system will continue to bring showers of rain to the area. But look at this. As we go toward the noon hour, boom, right here, noon, it's starting to break up a little bit, okay? So I'm going to call for some light scattered showers, Mr. Mission Control and weather modification. In addition to, no, okay. I'm not going to address too much of what you have to say here in this very shortened version of Hutch's Weather, Mr. Mission Control on the YouTube channel here, but I do appreciate you watching. And I can tell you what, this is just a good old-fashioned low pressure system. There's no engineering of this storm system here. This is just a good old-fashioned typical storm. And we're benefiting by some beautiful rain showers, and it could mix over with a few flakes. Stephanie, thank you for the sharing of stars. Hutch appreciates your support. With that support, Hutch's Weather is growing. Big announcements coming soon to a station near you. You don't have any say to it, Hutch. I don't blame you. I understand that. And I'm not, sniffing the exhaust that comes out of all the aircraft up there to tell for sure what's in the exhaust. We can't tell, but what I can tell you is this low pressure system is making some raindrops in our area. And when will it stop? It looks like as we go through the day tomorrow, several of these models are showing a chance that we could see a break in the rain and get some, mowing time in. Brenda, thanks for sharing. Here's one more model showing central North Dakota having those snow showers and maybe a dash across northwest Minnesota as we go through the day tomorrow. And again, as we go into the morning hours, this system starts to break up. Susan, thank you so much for sharing stars. So we are going to see a chance of showers continuing, but they'll be light and they'll be more sparse, hit and miss, as this system slowly runs out of gas as it works its way through. How much more rain? Okay, we showed you 6 and 7 inches of rain already. How much more as we go between now and tomorrow? Let's get right to it. Let me push the right button here because you got to push the right buttons. This is the additional rainfall from what's in the gauges now, as you saw, 5 to 7 inches of liquid raindrops in a rain gauge out there in western and central North Dakota. We're going to talk about another 1/4 to 1/2 inch in central North Dakota. Thanks, Mike. I really do appreciate it. Susan says, on vacation in Texas, hot, hot, hot. I'll show you how hot. Look at this. We'll see some pockets with a 1/2 inch. I think I forgot to erase that. So let me just put my hand there, put my head there. Okay, let's just do it that way. That's what they teach you in TV, is just to stand in front of the stuff that you don't want to show. Does this look good? Okay, so basically, here in North Dakota, northern Minnesota, you continue to see very, very little additional rainfall, but you get in this band from the central Dakotas down to the Twin Cities area, and a few more tenths of an inch is what I'm expecting. I mean, I can still see the raindrops out there falling here in South Moorhead, so it'll be easy to add up another tenth. This model says Fargo could see up to about 1/2 inch. So that's what Hutch is going with between now and tomorrow, with rainfall totals, as you saw in Fargo, already over 2 inches in the Fargo-Moorhead area in Cass and Clay County. Now, what about snow? Here's what I showed yesterday from the European model, and I'm sticking with it. I think central parts of North Dakota, right in this area, are going to see 1 to 4 inches of snowfall. That doesn't mean that's what'll be on the ground by morning, but most of it will fall through the overnight and into the morning hours. So there's going to be some snowflakes mixing in. So now, one more look at this radar as we go back through, and now we'll take a look and see if it's all snow. Temperatures here near 38. At the ground, we could still see a snowflake makes its way down to the ground at a temperature of 38. So with the radar showing that we do have some wet rain out there, that's what we're seeing. And there were some reports. I didn't see any pictures of snow, but if you got them, you know where to upload them at hutchesweather.com. So right now, as I promised, we'll take a quick look at road conditions in North Dakota where the heaviest of the rain is falling. Let's go way up to the north there, eh? Let's go up to Bottineau and Belcourt and see what we got going on as we take a look at the cameras. Now, certainly, we won't see a lot of snow on the roadside with surface temperatures near 38 to 39 degrees. And I don't see anything that looks like a snowflake. And it looks like liquid in the ditch and liquid on the camera lens there, up there in that particular area. Now let's go way up here. This, I believe, is the Bottineau area. Okay. You can see the oil derricks derricking. You can see the raindrops raindropping. And I don't see anything too white there or concerning yet. Hutch will be watching this very closely as we go through the evening hours. How about Langdon and Valhalla? Let's check it out. This is a look at Langdon, and it looks like there's been a little dry spell working its way through, but the fields still look a little bit wet. When will it turn white and where? Hutch's forecast says central parts of North Dakota will have the best chance at seeing some flakes mixing in overnight and into your morning hours. So now let's summarize this bad forecast here. I call it bad because I know how many of you want the rain to stop so you can have some fun, but I got good news for you. Let's start with what's going on as we go into the night tonight. How low will we go? Okay, 38, 39 degrees by the morning hours means the best chance at some snow moving in is going to be right here in the central part of the state. Remember, those temperatures off the ground play a huge role out there. Thank you, Mr. Mission Control, for appreciating my coverage. And I'm not stepping on your toes too much here, but we'll talk some other time about that. Northern Grace, thanks so much. All right, so here we got it. A few flakes mixing in the central part of the state. Rain showers continuing as we go through the morning hours. Can't rule out some continued spits of rain here and there as temperatures tomorrow will reach the, wow, I got mid-50s for the FM area and closer to 60 for Grand Forks. And look at this. The hot weather will be in northern Minnesota there by the border, eh? Not too bad at Rainy Lake. And less rainy at Rainy Lake than it will be, for goodness sake, in Otter Tail County. Leora says 1.25 inches of rain in St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire is right there as we look between Grand Forks and the Thief River area, hoping you're enjoying your rain showers up there. Now, I've already showed you the rainfall forecast, but I cannot wait to display this. Ah! Sound effects. 7-day planner. The coldest weather will be Thursday morning with a few of us reaching the mid-30s as the skies clear out. So spotty light showers. 55 on Wednesday. Look at this. Once the sky breaks and clears, we're going to be back in the 60s again. 65 to 75 degrees for the remainder of the forecast period. This activity you see here, I'm not too worried about it yet because it looks like the low pressure system with this one will take more of a southerly track through South Dakota. So a pinch warmer for us. South Dakota showers here. I think we see 0 showers in the Fargo area as we go through Friday, Saturday. So this is your wonderful Memorial Day weekend as temperatures will be between 60 and 75 degrees for most of our area. And it looks like some fun in the sun for all of us for a milder holiday week. Back to work on Tuesday, and I don't see any big-time storms in the offing in your forecast. All right, I do want to take a minute here and thank all of you for watching. Thank you for uploading your photos and weather reports right here on Hutch's Weather. And again, I want to announce, if you'll allow me to, a new partnership. So as I go down to the bottom of the page, you're going to see this. There's a friendly puppy that you have seen join Hutch doing the weather. His name is Pedro, and he's upstairs taking a nap right now. Pedro was a rescue from For Love of Dog Rescue. Click on this if it's in your heart. If you're looking for a new puppy, those rescues need good homes, and the folks who are volunteers at For Love of Dog need more volunteers, more foster homes, and they could certainly use your help financially. Click on this page to peruse all the lovely and wonderful dogs that For Love of Dogs have available out there. And just know that when you are giving to an organization like this, you're helping puppies like Pedro find new homes. And for that, I am forever grateful because he is a lifelong buddy. One more announcement to make out there is a partnership with News. HutchesWeather.com, one-stop shopping, because iNews.tv is now on Hutch's Weather page. So there is a resource here for you to get the latest in breaking news across the region from my friends at iNews. So go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the upgrades. If you have ideas for Hutch's Weather, I've heard them, and I'm working on them. Some of you have asked for swag. Would you be interested in swag? Well, that's something that sounds very fun to me. And as a weather nerd, I can say that about myself because I am a weather nerd. I have some ideas for products that might be fun for you to help you monitor the weather and report it back to voila. So all in here, we got rain. It lightens up and spreads out tomorrow and won't be so heavy, and it won't be so widespread. Overnight, some snowflakes. HutchesWeather.com, anytime, anywhere you want to peruse around this here radar, do it, and do it now. Tornado watches across parts of Illinois all the way into the deep south, not far from, well, western parts of Tennessee and western parts and northern parts of Mississippi as the storms are rumbling through those areas. That's a look at what you can find on HutchesWeather.com. Thanks so much for watching. Please continue to pass the word that Hutch's Weather is out here. Brian Busta says 3.6 inches of rain 3 miles northeast of Glendon. Break out the swimming waders out there, Brian. Hutch's Weather coffee mug. Woo! That sounds like a wonderful idea. I'm going to start working on my coffee mugs now. I'll probably try to see what I can come up with there, Warren, because you know Hutch Johnson here loves a little bit of his coffee, and I'm going to prove it to you right now because I got my cup full right here, right now on Hutch's Weather. It's never too far from Hutch. You wonder how I cover weather all hours of the day. It's a little caffeination. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching.